Hi, everyone that's here so far. We'll give it just a minute or two for some more people to get on, and then we'll start. So hang tight for just a little bit. Hi, Holden. Hi, Holden's mom.
Hello, so nice to see you.
Nice to see you. We'll give it just one more minute, and then we'll get started. Okay, Julie, I think we should just start. And then those that come in can join when they can. And it's being recorded too. So if there's anything that anybody wants to go back and watch or listen to or be reminded of, the link will be posted on the audition page as well. So it'll be there for a while to enjoy. Well, thank you for everyone that's here right now. Um, my name's Megan Christensen, and I am the Academy Director over acting at COPA for American Fork and Draper. And just happy to have who's here and those that will watch this later. Glad to have you. Tonight's kind of our main purpose tonight is to just talk about next year, any changes or things that might be different, as well as those that are new and might be interested, what acting company is all about, and if you have a student or child that's interested, what they could expect as part of the program. So let's just start. So I'm Megan. Julie Swazo, Julie Wave. Julie is our director at our American Fork location. Her husband Jake has been another director for us this past year as well. And then Scylla Harrison, Scylla Wave. Scylla is our director in Draper. And I can't say enough good things about these ladies that are here. Like, they're just amazing. They're talented, they're kind, they love your students, and they are good at what they do. They have been doing this a long time and had a lot of experience, and I'm very grateful that I have the opportunity to work with them. And I see their interaction with like the students that we've had this year and past years, and they're just really great. So I'm so happy to have them. They'll talk a little throughout, and you two just speak up too if there's something you want to add. We'll kind of go through this stuff, and you guys, there will be question and answers at the end, but if there's something that is, an immediate question that you want um, to ask, please feel free. We're a small enough group too that it's not difficult to kind of answer those questions as we go. Okay, so for our acting company, there are a few changes. This coming year, we will have just one acting company in American Fork and one acting company in Draper. This past year, we had two in American Fork and one in Draper. Part of the reason we are consolidating a little is a lot of it is space, just space for all the different programs that are at COPA. And so we have decided to focus on kind of the preparation for the high school experience for theater, to give these kids kind of a step up, to prepare them for, when they go. A lot of our high schools here, and we're really lucky in Utah, we have awesome high school programs, and we are fortunate that we do. And a lot of kids want to participate in their high school programs. And so we see our acting program as being kind of a unique experience that really can prepare them and give them a leg up for that. So that's our focus. Our focus is going to be, for each company, will be 6th to 9th graders. And yeah, so our program, let me kind of just go through a little bit of what the sections of the program are briefly. We have kind of 4 main sections for our year. We start with classical acting, and we do a Shakespeare 1 act, which is just so awesome. This past year, the younger companies did A Midsummer Night's Dream, and our older company did Hamlet, and they were just so great. I was so proud. It's been really fun to see the growth in the program. I mean, our acting companies are the newest program out of all of our programs at COPA. And so with that comes a lot of learning and stretching and figuring out what is going to be best for our kids and what is a unique experience that we can offer at COPA, maybe even compared to other experiences the kids could have around. I actually myself am a teacher. I teach music and theater. I teach currently music full-time, but my degree is also in theater. And I was actually the theater teacher at American Fork High School for a year before I moved to Los Angeles for almost 20 years. But I come from different perspectives as a performer, which is what I majored in, and then added on the education part, and then as a teacher's perspective. And so I think when we are brainstorming as directors and as an academy, as we're working on our curriculum and kind of trying to figure out what is going to meet the needs of our students the best, just know that we're coming from that perspective of the importance of good curriculum and the importance of providing something that I feel like will really help them as they move into high school, or if they're in high school, for those that have been in the past, just trying to help them to grow, and not just grow as actors, but as people, and teaching principles. Like, theater is like such a lifelong, this is my little moment to say, like, theater is amazing. And what you see, the growth that happens in kids and what they learn about themselves and people, and empathy and understanding as they portray all these different characters and things, it just helps them to be better people. And that is a focus at COPA that I love, that whether they go on to pursue this forever, or if this is a time in their life just right now that they love it, whatever the case, it just helps them to grow as people. And I think that that's a really awesome part of what we get to do and why we get to work with your kids, which I love. Okay, so back to this. So we have 4 sections. First section is classical acting with the Shakespeare One Act. And I'll kind of come back to this, but something new this year that's really awesome is last year, we only took our older high school kids to the Shakespeare competition in Cedar City. Cedar City Shakespeare competition is a huge competition that all of the high schools participate in the state of Utah. It's awesome. When I taught theater at American Fork, I took the group there too. It's like been so fun to see over the span of time the benefits of this competition. It's really awesome. But they also have a middle school division, and the middle school division is really, I mean, it's part of it. It's just part of, they're doing the same things that the older kids are doing. But that's our plan, is to take these companies that are 6th to 9th graders and take them to the competition this coming year as well, which this past year they did not do. So I think that's really exciting and awesome. Our second section, what was that? Oh, maybe somebody, I don't know. Okay, so our second section is they work on contemporary monologues and scenes. And that is kind of combined with film acting. They actually, there's 3 sections. I don't know why I keep saying 4. Anyway, excuse me for that. But and they're working on their contemporary stuff with film acting. And a part of that that's so awesome is that they will film some demo reels, or some of those monologues they will be able to film and really work on in a more professional setting of working with a camera and filming that work, which is really cool. And then in section 3, they focus on improv performance and acting, and they do a performance at Comedy Sports in Provo, which is really cool. And they get to hone those skills, which are it's hard and difficult and scary and amazing and hilarious. So those are kind of our 3 sections that we focus on throughout the year. There is so many more details and subcategories in that, but those are kind of an overarching idea of what the year is like. On the Utah COPA app, it was just updated today. I'm going to share my screen. Give me a second. Why? Oh, here we go. I'm going to share my screen and just show you. If you go to, are you guys looking at this? Are you looking, do you see it? Does it say Utah COPA auditions? Is that what you guys are seeing?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So if you go under, in fact, I can even just type it in right now. If you go to Utah COPA and you go under companies and go to acting company, this has all been updated now. If you go to the AF acting company schedule or the Draper acting company schedule and click on either of those, you're going to pull up this page. This is the American Fork one, but they are almost exactly alike, other than the days and the times that they rehearse. But this is all the information for the 24-25 year. It has the days and times of their company rehearsals, the cost of the monthly tuition. We do have some add-ons, like if your kids want to still take a group voice class, it has that information on there. It talks about the fees, and we'll talk more about the tuition and fees in a minute, but overall, it just gives you everything. This part, the important dates for acting company, this starts by talking about for this summer, there's some summer camp things, but then company camp, which is really important. We have day 1 of company camp in June, and the rest of company camp the beginning of August. And as they say here, those are mandatory rehearsals. And then it talks about classes starting, and then it gives kind of the rundown for the whole year. And we really do stay true to this. Let's see here. So occasionally we'll have some like intensives, which would be like on a Saturday. And those are in preparation for the Shakespeare One Act or for tour, the Shakespeare competition, has the dates for the Cedar City Shakespeare competition, has when the Shakespeare One Act plays will perform. And this is the whole week where there will be some tech. Those aren't all performance dates, but it gives you like the commitment of that timing. A masterclass performance, which will be contemporary scenes in February. They'll be shooting their monologues, the film shoot, in March. And then in May will be the final, we call it an improv performance. It's basically, we'll watch some of those reels that we shot in March, and then they will do an improv performance as well, which is awesome. And then they have an optional thing. This is, they just have an American on stage. It's not a COPA run thing or anything. It's a general thing, but they have all sorts of different competition things. It's at Lagoon, but it's not mandatory. It's just for your information. It talks about tour, the dates. The cost of tour would be about $650. For tour, they start, well, I'll come back to costs and stuff in just a second, but and then it has the date of our acting company auditions here at the bottom. And there's a separate tab. It links you to the tab that gives you more information about auditions. But this is a wonderful resource. Definitely refer to it throughout the year. Go online, find it. It's always going to be there. And it's super, super helpful information. Okay, so let's just look at it one more time, and let's just talk for a second about cost. For companies at COPA, it was decided years ago by parents in like a town hall meeting of what they would prefer. And we try to have all the costs up front, and we really try to not like do like and coming back consistently with like, oh, but now you need to pay for this, or oh, you need to pay for this. So this really is pretty true to what the costs will be. The monthly tuition is $135. It's 3.5 hours of rehearsal a week for both Draper and American Fork. And then every month will also be, let's see, where is it? Oh, the monthly fees. And then it's $135 for the tuition, and then $65 a month for the monthly fees. So the total, would be 135 plus 65. Let's see if I can do the math in my head so what's that, $200?
Mm-hmm.
So that's what you would expect. The fees or the costs run from July, and this would start this July, like July of 2024 till the end of June of 2025. They run it on a 12-month schedule. And they do that to keep it consistent. Parents and families like the consistency more than the, higher costs or up and down or this or that. So it is a 12-month commitment. When you join company, you do sign a contract that you are committing to the full year. And they do that for a number of reasons. One of the main reasons is we need consistency in attendance in order to run a good program. If we are doing a Shakespeare One Act play and there's not a commitment level, and then we have some kids there and some kids not there, it makes it really difficult to put on the quality of a production that the kids would feel proud of, and that we want to put on. So that is what the consistency, you know, of what the cost would be throughout for that year. There sometimes, like when you register, there's always like a one-time fee of $39, things like that. But really what you're going to see is this consistent like $200 for tuition and the monthly fees. For the tours, they take those out in 3 payments. Since our tour is early, it's in October, it would be this tour schedule would be, you would pay, I think it's like 250 in July, 200 in August, and 200 in September. So they break those up into 3 months. And then that cost is done. Anyway, so that's kind of that. Refer to that whenever you have questions, and always feel free to reach out with any questions about that. But yeah, just trying to be upfront about what the costs are involved. Also on the website, if you go under auditions, that will bring you into the audition tab. This has all of the information about auditions. For acting company, you're going to scroll all the way down to the bottom. And let's see, where is it? This is all the audition information. It gives, here's the pre-audition parent meeting. There will be a link to the recording here. If your child is interested in auditioning, you will want to fill out one of these links to the forms. And then this is all of the information about auditioning. In both Draper and American Fork, it will happen on Monday, May 20th. They can arrive or check in a half hour beforehand. They just need to be there a few minutes just to make sure that they know where they're going and settled and all that stuff. But the audition officially starts at 4:30. And in either location, Draper or American Fork. Let me turn the time over to Julie. Julie, do you want to tell a little bit about cold reads, or, you know, and just the audition, what you guys are expecting?
Yeah, you bet. So the auditions with acting company, we tried a couple different things. We did monologues for 1 year, but we found that it is the most helpful for us to really cast our one acts to just do a cold read. So a cold read means we will have a script available for you. You'll get some time to read through it. We'll explain the language because it will be Shakespeare. And then we give the kids just time to come in and to act. Really, it's the first time they're reading it. Well, maybe the 4th time they're reading it. They usually go out in the hall and they're able to really work out too. So really what we're looking for is like, get comfortable, be excited, be somebody who like really is willing to like work. We're looking for people who are excited to be there, who want to kind of jump in and get excited. And it's super easy, really laid back. We want you to have an audition experience because that's an important part of theater, but we also just really want to see you. We want to see your face. We want to get excited about being with you, and it's really fun. So we'd rather you feel like this is great and awesome and not feel super overwhelmed.
Yeah. So awesome. Thank you, Julie. And really it is like, come have fun. They do such a good job. Both Julie and Scylla like do such a great job of making the kids comfortable and just enjoying the experience and trying something new and kind of putting themselves out there. So yeah, all the links and all the things are under the company, or under the audition tab at the Utah COPA website. Again, if you have any questions about that, please feel free to reach out. Hey, I'm going to stop sharing my screen now for a minute. Okay, so let's see here.
Can I say really quick, Megan, too?
Yeah, please do.
If anyone is here or they're watching it too, understand that a really big focus of acting company is to create a company. So we want friends. We want you to go out and get your friends. Like the only way we can be successful is if we are able to like continue to grow and get more and people excited. And it's hard for people to kind of grasp the concept until they're in it. So like your word of mouth is the best thing for us. So like sharing this with your friends, inviting people that you think might be interested, let them come to the audition, see what it's like. Let them check out this parents meeting. It's so fun. We had such a good group this year in AF. Like the camaraderie and the friendship and like was so tight. And like even little squabbles that we had were just like because we loved each other so much, you know? And like, anyway, it's just been incredible. So like, please share this with anybody that you think would be awesome or great or is looking for something like this, because we want all of the wonderful children to come and join us.
Amen. That was perfectly put. Thank you. And it really is true. I, it isn't just about the individuals, about like creating this company and that experience of coming together and trusting, because acting and trying these new things, it's incredibly vulnerable, but that's where the growth comes in, like pushing yourself and trying things that are new and different. So that's awesome. Thank you for sharing that. And I know Scylla's had those same experiences with her company. It's been like just really great in Draper as well.
It has. They're so close. Everyone is such good friends. Everyone loves each other. It's an amazing experience to work for a long period of time over the course of like producing an entire one act. Everyone gets very close, and it's really, really fun.
Yeah, thank you, Scylla. That's awesome. Okay, so the other main things to talk about is if you are on here and you don't have kids, or you're watching this and you don't have kids in the program, or you're not sure, one great thing to kind of come and see a little bit of what it's all about is to come to our improv performance. We have it coming up on Thursday, May 16th at Comedy Sports in Provo. It is so fun. You'll see some of the acting reels, and then you'll see the kids do their improv performance. It's a great way to get a feel for the program. It's free. Anybody can come. There's,
we want a big audience, so come.
We want a big audience. So
Yeah.
yes, so please come. That's a great thing to participate in and kind of get a feel for what it's all about.
Yeah, you're gonna see what we're doing for sure, being able to be there.
Yeah. So kind of from this point on, we auditions will be on Monday, May 20th. Then casting will happen like really quickly thereafter. And then we will have one more parent meeting after auditions, as kind of a like before you're committed, like before you have to sign a contract or anything, to kind of ask. So if you're on the fence, I would suggest send your kids audition. You're not committed to anything to do so, and you still have the time to kind of decide, like, is this the right fit for my child? Is this the right fit for my family? Whatever it might be. And at that point, you can decide. And we'll have one more parent meeting because I'm sure there will be more questions that come up. Yeah, that meeting will be, I think, the beginning of June. I don't have it in front of me, the date, but that will be sent out with the audition information and things.
I have it May 29th or 30th. That's what I have.
Oh, well, there we go. End of May. So it'll be soon. It'll be soon thereafter. And that's before, and like I said, you're not committed to anything. The post audition parent meeting is before you need to sign a contract or anything. We do it before that's due. So you can ask any other questions that you might have. Okay, I think that is most of kind of the overview of the year. Sometimes I feel like I'm just jumbling and I have too many things in my brain. So please feel free right now, unmute yourself and ask any questions that you might have. And I can help clarify things, or if you're more comfortable and want to email, you're welcome to email me, or, whatever the case may be. But does anyone have any questions right now?
I have a quick question.
Yeah.
My daughter Gwen was in the acting company this last year, and she is very gung-ho about doing it again this year. But we are going to be gone for the first mandatory camp day. Is
In
that like in June? Is that a deal breaker or?
It
That
is
would
not a
be
deal breaker.
very best thing you could miss of any of the mandatory days.
Yeah,
So
I'm-
yeah, I think as long as you are doing your very best, we put those as mandatory because our goal is for people to really understand that like you're part of the crew. So it will be sad for her because she might miss out on like, what is your part and here's your script. But we could give that to somebody ahead of time so that we want to get the scripts in their hands so that they're able to start memorizing over the summer. That's our main goal with that first day. So I would not put it as like a no way, we can't work with that. It's like the best day you could miss of any of the mandatory days.
Okay, that's what I was hoping. We're going to be gone for 6 weeks from
Plus,
the
I
end
also
of,
know your
Yeah.
child's work ethic. So I also know it will. I'm not so worried about that.
Yeah, I mean, if you give her a script, she'll have it
Yeah.
memorized.
She'll take care of it.
Yeah.
And we realize too, because sometimes it's like, well, I already had my summer, vacation or something planned and it conflicts. And like we understand, we really do try to accommodate. We put the mandatory there because I guess it is like Julie said, we really want them there if they can be there. It isn't kind of
Yeah.
a like, oh, just if you
Yeah,
want.
the most important thing is definitely look at those dates. The dates that are the most important is like, can you 100% commit to the show days? Can you 100% commit to some of those intensive days and the days of camp? Those are days like we start on the big chunk of the first, not the very first day, but the week of camp. We start blocking the one act immediately. So missing those days, you can see that like if you're an ensemble and we don't have a character there, that's really difficult for us to create a one act. So like
Yeah.
is mandatory, or like if you know you're going to miss because you're going on a cruise, then this might not be the right fit if you're going to miss a day of a performance. Like we can't have a kid miss a day of a performance. So like those things are really for you to be very, very aware of. Those are the most important dates.
Yeah, it is genuinely just that one day
Yeah, perfect.
where we will be in a different country.
Jealous.
But we will have the script. So we don't have an announcement quite yet on what our one acts will be this coming year, but we will know soon and we will get that information out there. But regardless, that first day in June is the day to kind of have your first table read and they will have the directors will have cast the parts and the kids will get their script. And like Julie said, the main goal is that they can have script in hand and give them time, because memorizing Shakespeare is different than memorizing a contemporary piece, and give them time to really work on it during the summer when they don't have all the burden of schoolwork and everything too. And we can do that. And last year we had a similar situation and we just arranged like to get the script to the person and we figured it all out. So yeah, thank you. Thanks for asking that though. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Any other questions?
Yeah, no questions here.
Okay. Well, then I think we're good. We'll kind of end and we'll look forward to, hopefully we'll see all these great kids and everybody at auditions on May 20th. And if any other questions come up before then, or just wondering how, things might work or the financial commitments or whatever the case may be, please don't hesitate to reach out. We are more than happy to answer questions. So thank you for being here tonight. Sure appreciate it.
We're so excited.
Thank you so much.
Come audition, everybody.
Yes, come audition. All right. Thank you. We'll talk to you later. Thanks.
Bye, guys.
Thanks. Bye.